You gotta love them, huh? Thank goodness you do.
Yeah.
Did they ever notice that, like, you're behind on feeding them or something?
Oh, they hear my truck because I have
Did they get
I
mad
have a
at you?
diesel truck, so they'll be standing at the gate waiting for me
Waiting for you?
because they can hear it coming.
Do they get mad, like do they have attitudes? Angry, like,
They do.
like
have
cats or
attitudes.
dogs?
Yes,
They do?
And they're not going to be happy on Saturday whenever I come to pick them up at 2 a.m.
Oh, okay.
I have a rodeo in Lake San Antonio, so.
Oh, okay. Saturday morning?
Yep.
Oh, man. And you're barely gonna leave them Saturday at 2 a.m.?
I'm waking up at 1. Yeah, they're not going to be happy about that. Alright, so we do have somebody out today. Again, if for whatever reason they're gonna be out, please make sure that, you know, you still let Miss Waddy know, even if it was just a dentist appointment, whatever. You gotta let her know, because the last thing you want to do is to get in trouble for her thinking that you're skipping school. I'm just gonna say she does. If you need to get your phone out right now and log into Blackboard, and I mean, I know she says don't use your phone, but if you didn't, then make sure you did log into Blackboard. If not, after class, you're more than welcome to go outside, log on to the computers, and log in. Don't forget to log into Blackboard for attendance. Let's look over homework number 2 first, then homework number 3, and then we'll talk about the flip chart paper. If you don't have them, not a problem. I'm going to explain it, go over it. This time, I'm hoping that maybe you'll take pictures of the screen. I'm going to show you an example that I have. Hopefully, you'll take pictures of it. So that way you come back and be like, oh, okay. The directions are already on Blackboard from a couple weeks ago, so hopefully you printed those out. I know on the directions they have a due date, but we're changing that because we didn't have school last week. And then other than that, we'll take our quiz. I'll leave some extra quizzes in the back, so when you're done, just go ahead, turn your quiz into the back of the room, pick up an extra one, and then, you know, you're done for the day. Alrighty, so I won't take up so much time, I don't think, today from you. Homework 2 looks like this.
When you want an ABGE, not GE. I could be wrong.
Oh, it is GE. It's not GA. You're right. My answer key. That's GE. Sorry. Yep, it's GE. Was it germanium or something, I think, for GE? I don't know, but to take the teacher test, they give you a blank periodic table like that, that's the shape, but nothing on it. So you have to memorize all the elements, their atomic number, their atomic mass, like, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Yeah. So,
One reason I will be.
another reason why I'm out.
Another reason I want to do it.
Wow. Okay. All right, here we go. So letter D, the alkaline earth metal, which is in group 2. Alkaline metals are group 1, alkaline earth metals are group 2. Alkaline earth metal with the largest atomic number. So the largest atomic number is they increase as they go down. So on group 2, when you go all the way down, you can see it right here, it's Ra. Next one, letter E. I am a transitional metal. So transition metals are right here in the middle. In period 5, in group 11, okay? Now in this case, they're actually using group 3, group 4, group 5, group 6, group 7, group 8, group 9, group 10, group 11, group 12, and that's where they get 13, 14, 15, and 16, 17, and 18. But we just like to just shortcut and just call it 3, 4, 5. Because we really don't deal with them. I mean, we deal with them, but not so much. And only because they have such weird bonding and more than one oxidation number. So they're not so commonly bonded together versus nonmetals and metals is what we're trying to say. So in that case, we're going to go down here. We're going to go over to period number 5, and I can see that it's Ag. Next one, letter F. Letter F states here, I am an alkaline earth metal, group 2 again, with electrons in 5 different energy levels. Remember, the period number, or row, tells you the number of energy levels or call them shells, right? How many shells is it gonna go out? So in that case then, alkaline earth metal, down here, I have 5 different energy levels. It has to be in row 5 SR. So I really think this is a really easy unit once we just know those vocabulary words. I'm a noble gas, in period 6. Come this way, RN. I'm the only metalloid in group 13. Group 13, the only metalloid. Don't forget, aluminum does not count as a metalloid. He is a metal, the exception to the rule. So it has to be B. Okay, so hopefully you got the same answers. If you didn't, hopefully you see how I got my answers, okay? Let's keep going to number 2 at the bottom. Number 2 at the bottom, they were talking about the blocks, and we kind of already went over that, or we did go over that last unit before we left on Christmas break. Elements with predictable valence electron numbers. So identify the remaining regarding these A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So elements with predictable valence electron numbers is going to be E. Okay? Elements with predictable valence electron numbers. Is there anything else it should be, or does somebody get another answer? That's my question. No? We're all good with that? Do we all agree that it can't be D? Can't be D. And the reason why it can't be D, because they have more than one oxidation numbers, right? Those are the metals, okay? And they have more than one oxidation number. So, predictable valence electron numbers, I agree, it's gotta be E, but here's E2 over here. That's what I was holding off to see if anybody else was gonna say, wait a minute, was it B or C? E was including all of those two and all of that big section. The next one that we left open over here, alkaline earth metals. Alkaline earth metals is going to be letter C. Halogens is going to be letter, I think that's F. And noble gases is the last one, letter G. Okay? Turn the page to the back side. We have our chart like this. Again, those charts were probably sick and tired because we've been doing them over and over and over. Just practice makes us better, because we will be getting to like the bonding, and we gotta be able to know this stuff when we're doing bonding. I'm gonna go through it really quick, so double check your answers. GA is 3. It's going to lose 3. It's gonna have a +3 charge, and it's gonna look like AR. Iodine is 7. It's going to gain. It's going to gain 1. Did I say 7? Yeah, 1. It's going to be -1. It's going to look like Xe, xenon. P, phosphorus, it's going to be 5. It's going to gain, how many? 3. It's going to have a -3 charge. It's going to be argon. That's what it's going to look like, but it's not argon. Why? How do I know it's not argon? Because of the protons that it has. Argon, which is going to be 8, is going to be, hopefully you either left a blank or drew a line or something. Nothing's going to happen to it. It's going to be 0 here, right? Because it's not going to gain or lose any. Its charge is going to be 0. Or if you left a blank or a line, that's okay too, because it's going to have 0 charge, no charge. And I mean, there's nothing that I can put there because argon is going to look like argon. He's not going to change at all. Letter number 2. Now we're going back to the blocks again, the S, the P. So nickel is Ni, the period is 4, the group is 10, the block is D. Silver is Ag, the period is 5, the group is 11, the block is D. Lead is Pb, the period is 6, the group is 14, the block is P. Okay, so hopefully again you got the same ones. If not, definitely stop me because I could have miswrote, or who knows what I wrote down. I agree, it's early. Who knows what I wrote in the morning. Number 3, guess the following elements. Well, it's not really a guess because we should definitely know who it is. I am a non-reactive gas. Well, gas is going to be a non-metal, right? So it's going to be on this side of the periodic table, or it's going to be on your right side of the periodic table. But the key word here is non-reactive. What do they mean by non-reactive? Group 8, okay? So keywords like this is here to kind of help you out. On period 6, and so period 6 is RN. And I'm gonna grab my periodic table too, so that way I screw up. The next one, letter C. I am a metal with a +1 oxidation number and the smallest atomic mass. I am a metal with a +1 oxidation number with the smallest atomic mass. I hope nobody put hydrogen, okay? Even though hydrogen is over on the metal side, how do you know it's gonna be in group 1? Because of the +1 oxidation number, means that it's gonna be group 1. But hydrogen, even though he acts like a metal, he's not a metal. We just put him over there because it's just nice and pretty. So who is the next one? Lithium, Li. He is the first metal over there who has the smallest mass, who's reactive in group 1. Letter D, I am the largest non-metal who gains 1 electron and becomes stable. The key word is who gains 1 electron. So now they're telling you group 17. So we need to use those key words. Hopefully here you got, what is that, AT. The next one, I have 15 protons and 18 electrons. Does it matter if the electrons don't match up with the protons? No, because it could be an ion, okay? What matters is the proton. Remember, that's like its DNA. It's never going to change. So now we're going to go to the periodic table and look at number 15, because that's the clue there. Number 15 is going to be phosphorus. I have 18 electrons when I become an ion. Who am I? It's still going to be phosphorus no matter what. Why is that? Because the atomic number makes it phosphorus, which is the proton numbers. Okay, let's keep going down to number 4. Over here it says a boron ion has a +3 oxidation number. Okay. And it has 5 protons. Okay. And blank electrons. If it has a +3 oxidation number, then it's going to have 2 electrons. Okay? So the +3 means that it's going to have 3 more positive protons than it does of negative electrons. So it's going to have a 2 for its electrons. That's how much it's going to have. Now a sulfur ion has a blank 2 oxidation number. So just in case for us, sulfur is a non-metal. He's over here. He's in group 16, right? So that's a +2. I'm sorry, -2. Oxidation number. It has 16 protons, which should be the atomic number. Let me double check, right? Just make sure, 16. And it has blank electrons. If it has a -2, then that means that it has extra negative electrons, then extra positive protons. So how much should it have regarding electrons? It should have neutrally 16 electrons, but because it has a -2, that means that it gained 2 more, so 16 plus 2 is 18. So hopefully you got 18. And that's how I got that number. If not, we can go back over it again. And then, the last one, how does sulfur atom differ from a sulfur ion? Okay, so the atom has protons that equals the electrons. They have the same number. So however you wrote it, you might have wrote it in words. A sulfur atom has the same number of positive protons and negative electrons. You might have wrote it a different way. But a sulfur ion has positive protons that does not equal the negative electrons, right? Because it's charged. So if I want to go back just to, double look over here, a sulfur ion has an oxidation number of a -2 because it's going to have to gain, or you might have wrote it has 2 more negative electrons than positive protons. Something like that. Or you might have wrote something like the proton number and electron number are not the same. Okay, something similar to that. Let's move that out the way. Just as a quick review, right, before we take our quiz. Make sure that we're all on the same page. Homework number 3. Yes. Absolutely. You know where it's at, right? Okay. You know what, though, it's so nicer without all these people and crowds, because I'm gonna tell y'all, when it is full on, like, you know, it does get crowded in the buildings and outside, but it's nice. Like, there's like nobody in the buildings now. I love it. Let's keep going. We're over here on homework number 3, and they have a few questions here. And let me find my homework that goes along with it. It says here, why does the atomic radius increase as you move down the groups? So as you move down the groups, the atomic radius increases because the orbitals or shells or energy levels, whichever word you use, increases. That's why it increases, okay? It's gonna get wider. The next one, circle the atoms in each pair that has the largest atomic radius. Aluminum, sulfur, and Br. Again, though, hopefully you have your notes out with you, so that way you can look at the trends, okay? The next one here, number 3, put the following elements in order from the smallest to the largest atomic radius, okay? So it would be oxygen, carbon, Sn, what's that, 10, and Sr, okay? The next one. Define electronegativity. Using your notes, unequal sharing of electrons. Unequal sharing of electrons. And I did do that, sorry. Let's keep going. Number 5. Why does electronegativity increase as you move from the left to the right across a row or a period? Why does the electronegativity increases? It increases in valence electrons. That's why. Okay? As there's more and more valence electrons that are there, then the electronegativity is going to increase because they have more electrons that are going to, help like strengthen it and pull it over, and pull those unequal sharing over. Okay. Next one, number 6. Circle the atom in each pair that has a greater electronegativity. So now going back to your notes, hopefully you had in front of you, I look at Ca and Ga. Ga was the right answer. Li and O. O is stronger. Cl or S. Cl is stronger. Br or As. Br is stronger. Okay? Just one of my notes, just so that way we can look at it as we're going through it. So this one here was electronegativity. Electronegativity, you increase as you go from left to right and from bottom to up. Or, again, some periodic charts or on the internet, you might see it move in this direction. So either one is correct. Which group tends to form a +1 ion? Group 1. Some of you may have wrote alkaline metals. Next one, number 8. Which group tends to form a +2 charge? Group 2. Alkaline earth metals. Number 9. Which group tends to form a -1 charge? Group 17. Or group 7, the halogens. Which group tends not to form ions or react? Group 18, the noble gases. All right. Number 11, based on the concept of periodic trends, answer the following questions regarding you're using those atoms or those elements from the periodic table. From those elements, which element has the lowest electronegativity? Or it's going to be far from francium, okay? Far from francium, Na. Which element has the highest ionization energy? Or it's going to be close to helium. Between those, it's Be. Letter C, which element is the largest atom? Or close to francium. Between those, it's going to be Na. Okay, so again, I just wanted to just brain dump and toss a few extra words there just to kind of help you out. Number 12, based on the concept of the periodic trends, answer the following questions for, again, we're only using those particular atoms or elements. Letter A, which element has the highest electronegativity? F, because we have to be close to francium. And I'm just going to go ahead and just keep writing my little clues on the side. Letter B, which element has the smallest atom? Well, that means that it's going to be far from francium, right? Big Frank, we want to get away from Big Frank. So who's the furthest? F. Which element has the lowest ionization energy? The lowest ionization energy is going to be far from helium. Between those, it's going to be phosphorus. Number 13, based on the concept of using the periodic trends again, we're only using those atoms right here. Which element has the highest electronegativity? Close to flossifluorine, sulfur. Which element has the largest atom? Which is going to be close to Big Frank, Au. All right, so again, I just wanted to toss a few things out there. If you ever wanted to, and you want me to stop and pause, you want to take a picture of the homeworks, I can always do that. Just in case if you didn't get something, you can go back and double check from your pictures. Next one, number 14, guess the following element. Alrighty, letter A, I have an oxidation number or charge of a +3, and I have valence electrons in the 4th energy level. +3 charge, and yet I'm on the period number 4. That is going to be group 3, period 4, and that's Ga. Next one, letter B. I have 6 valence electrons. Okay, so 6 valence electrons right here. And I have 8 neutrons in my nucleus. So neutrons in my nucleus, who am I going to be? Oxygen. How do I know? That is the atomic number. Okay, that is an atomic number. That's how I know it's oxygen. And I've had some people get that one mistake, so I wanted to make sure I stop for a moment. I have 3 more electrons. Okay, so that's going to be a -3 charge. Okay, then I do protons. I am in group 3. I am Sc. Okay, let's keep going. Letter D. I am the most reactive metal. Oh, okay. With 1 valence electron, group 1, and the 2nd energy level, row 2, lithium, Li. I have 7 valence electrons, okay, and the smallest atomic number in my group. Well, 7 valence electrons in group 7 or 17. The smallest one is going to be the top one because it gets bigger as it goes down, F. Next one, I am a -3 oxidation number. That means I gain 3 more electrons, and I'm in period or row number 4, okay? So that means that we're going to be in group 15, row 4, As. And again, you're just going down, finding, what do you call it? 15, 4, and you're just going through and you find an As. So hopefully that wasn't too bad. I have 2 more electrons than positive protons, and I am the largest atomic number in my group. Po, polonium. H, I am the most electronegative element in my group, and who has an oxidation number that can be unpredictable. Ooh. Okay, so the most electronegativity is going to be close to flossy fluorine. And my oxidation number is unpredictable. Transition metals. So who is the closest in the transition metals? That's to fluorine. Here's my transition metals, zinc, Zn, and that's how I got it. So I wanted to make sure I stopped and kind of went over that one, just in case anybody missed that question. Okay, let's keep going on the back side, and I think this one's pretty quick. Stop me if I make a mistake. I am a number on the alkaline earth metals, and I have the smallest atomic radii in my group. I think we said that one already. The next one, I am the only gas in the same family as polonium. So in that case, it's going to be oxygen. And you know, I like this periodic table. I look up behind you a lot because the red ones are gases, and those it's just so much easier that way. They're always going to be gases. So I'm like, oh, I can just look at those. Next one, number 4. I am a chemically and physically similar to nitrogen. How are they similar? In groups, up and down. And I have the second largest electronegativity in my group. So in that case then, I have most reactive element up here, and I have energy. I am so messed up. I don't have my. Let's see. Who am I? Trenton, who am I? Is it aluminum? I am chemically and physically similar to nitrogen. And the second largest electronegativity in my group, I agree, phosphorus. Because nitrogen would have the largest. So phosphorus is the second largest. Next one, I apologize, I was just thinking. I am one of the most reactive elements on the periodic table, and I have 4 energy levels. Go back, what are the most reactive elements on the periodic table? So on the most reactive elements on the periodic table, now I'm gonna have to look at either group 1 over there, or I'm gonna look at group 17, which is nonmetals, which are the most reactive. So I am one of the most reactive elements on the periodic table, and I have 4 energy levels. So now we're gonna go down to 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and hopefully you put potassium, but you might have also put, because it didn't differentiate between metals and non-metals, to be honest. So the most reactive metal, if they would have said that, should have been potassium. But if this makes sense to you, right, because we said in our notes, the most reactive non-metals are in group 7. You go over there, cross all the way through, and Br would be that one for the most reactive non-metals. So I'm tossing that out there just in case. I don't like those wordings on that question, because I think they should differentiate between metal and non-metal. So I don't like that one at all. So I'm gonna put Br just in case if you put Br instead of K. The next one, I am a transition metal, okay, with the same chemical properties as OS. Is it OS? It's no, it's not even OS. It is 76. Oh, OS, there it is. But I have less electron shells than Ru. So if I have less electron shells than Ru, then I'm gonna be, now I have to stand up. Then I'm thinking. Don't get to me now, I wanna think. No. I know this answer. Then Ru. 76. Now you got me thinking. Fe. Maybe. Don't do that to me. Let's see. I have a transitional metal with the same chemical property, but I have less shells. It's Fe. Next one, number 7. Number 7 here says, I have 3 energy levels. So in that case, I have to be in period 3, and I belong to the alkaline metal family. So if I go to alkaline metals, which is group 1, period 3, Na, sodium. I belong to the same family as Ga, and I am also called a metalloid, okay? So in that case, then we go to Ga, metalloid, which is in group 13, which definitely aluminum is not, because aluminum is still considered to be a metal. B is my only answer choice for that one. Let's keep going. I am a non-metal who belongs to the halogen family. I am not the largest or the smallest, meaning that I'm not the top one or the bottom one. Who am I? And then they keep going. My ionization energy is greater than iodine, so that means that I'm going to be closer to He. I am Br. That was the key one right there, letter D. Number 10, I am element number 10. I am a non-metal. I have more than 5 valence electrons. I am the smallest atom in my group. Hopefully you got S. Did somebody get something different? Because I had some students before in the past get Cl from chlorine. Does that make sense? My electronegativity is greater than that of selenium, which means I'm going to be closer to fluorine. So I have had some people say, oh no, that's going to be chlorine. Okay, so I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. Next one, element number 11. Here are my clues for me over here. I am a transitional metal, okay. I am in period 5, so go to period 5. There's a whole bunch to choose from. I am not the smallest atom in my group, okay. I am more electronegativity than mobilium, okay. I am the largest or smallest atom in my group, Sb. Oh, TC. TC. The next one though, I am a metal, not a metalloid. I have 5 electrons in my outer shell. Who am I? So now who am I? I am a metal, not a metalloid, and I am in group 5. So who am I in group 5? Hopefully you got Bi. Let's go to the periodic table. We all know where our metalloids are, but just to double check, make sure. Our line goes down here, 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 here.